Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Julian Deshaun Jackson, and I'm here with WOWT. I just want to start off by congratulating a few successful people in their endeavors. Let's start by giving recognition to Kira Hardy, who has, within January actually, did his first speaking engagement at Midland University. Now that's been a dream of his, and he has accomplished that. You have to give him kudos for that. Now, there's more. So, let's give a shout out to Kel Walker for his 30 for 30 award. Now, the dream to reach something, to have a goal, and by 30 you'll have obtained it. Wow. You can't beat that. Let's move on to the next beautiful news this morning. Mike Beverly is currently working on his doctorate degree. Now, knowing obtaining such degree, it costs money. On top of that, it is not the easiest thing to obtain, and he is obtaining it. Big shout out to Mike Beverly. Let's move on, because there's more. Let's also give a shout out to Caleb Franklin, who has had the opportunity to coach some of the top athletes through his Quantum Athletic Sports program. You can't beat that. Now that's discipline. Now, let's move on to this next person. Now we have Julian Jackson, a filmmaker. Just recently did a film called South the Border, which you can catch on Tubi. And it's getting great reviews. Congratulations on that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work. And let's give a shout out to the Mother of the Year, also Entrepreneur of the Year, and also a hairstylist, own her own business, Kayla Booth. Have to commend you for your hard work as a woman and as a black woman at the same token, because it is not easy, but you have broke those barriers. Any adversity that you have to face, you stuck it out, and now look at your business flourishing. Got to give you your flowers. Congratulations, and I know it's going to grow from there. And another news. Not Your Average Success Story platform, Season 9 is finally here.
Everything's gonna be alright if you play your cards right. Everything's gonna be alright.
It's do or die, you're looking through the eye of a revolver. I revolve around the world, a problem solver. All to your ego and the way you walk and talk to people. Still I stay regal, read through the bullshit. Sometimes to make peace you need a full clip. Roll dice with niggas who got bricks at a good price. Talk shit, give good advice. Rolling through the hood right, it's the good life. Like G.I. said, getting it. How could I not be fair? Get bread, get dough, get fed, get mo. In the old school Lincoln, thinking I sit low. Let problems burn, slow away. I yearn for the day that it won't go gray. Remember we were kings back in the day. Still can be, depending on the cards you play.
If you play your cards right, everything gon' be alright. If you play your cards right, everything's gon' be alright.
I ain't playing with a full deck. The government won't let me get a full check. I'm taxing.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining me on another episode of the Not Your Average Success Story movement. Man, I'm sitting here with my guy Khalil. Man, how are you doing?
Shoot, I'm doing great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Coach life, dad life, father life. How's everything going?
All the hats, man.
I was just about to say, I was thinking about that when I came over here.
All of the hats.
Yes, sir.
It's going good.
Yes, sir.
It's the beginning stages, so I've actually gotten the hang of it a whole lot. So I'm just always switching hats whenever I'm ready to go. I'm always ready to go. I'm always moving.
Yeah, man, I'm so proud of you, man. So the kind of a backstory, me and bro met like, I just know it was years ago. We was young.
2016, 2017.
Wow, 2016, wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we just immediately clicked. Like, what's crazy is what really like attracted me to bro and his energy and his vibe. this man could sing. Now, I don't know. I'm sure his people know. I don't know if anybody else knows out there about just the vocals that this young man has, but it's so beautiful. You know, I would honestly, I ain't gonna put it on the spot, y'all, but I would be honored if he blessed us with just a little something.
Sure,
is it too early in the morning?
Nah, it ain't too early.
Okay, I like it.
You're mine, baby, my lover, my lady. All night you make me want you, it drives me crazy. That's a little something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just give a little something. Just give a little something.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
You know, I'm married now. I can't serenade too much.
My God. Well, bro, shoot, if you don't mind, man, could you let us know your name, let us know where you're from, and give an interesting fact?
Khalil Westbrook. I am from Omaha, born and raised, and an interesting fact about me is I'm very introverted. Like I'm not super extroverted. It takes a lot to get me out of my shell, to get me comfortable around people, but like if I know that we have a certain energy and chemistry, I'm brought out of my shell like real quick. And sometimes it takes a whole lot for me to get brought out.
So with all of the hats that you wear and naturally being an introvert, how does that work? Is it more work internally or is it more work externally with other people?
It's more work externally with other people. I'm not a big conversational person unless we talk about something that I'm comfortable with talking about that I can expand on. And sometimes I just like to sit back and watch and let people and read people. You know what I mean? So I don't want to put myself out there and let everybody know who I am. I like to hold my cards close to my chest. So as I do that, it's kind of like a little chess move I play with.
Hey, listen,
so that way I kind of know, okay, this is somebody that we had good chemistry with. This is somebody I could keep close in my circle, stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
This is a person I should stay away from. So I just like to sit back and watch.
Hey, I love it.
I mean, it really ties into what I do in the many hats that I wear. You know, as a dad, I'm protective. I'm the provider. I'm the protector. You know, so I got to make sure that my family is always protected. So I always got to be watching, stick and move.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So you hooped as well. What high school did you go to?
I went to Omaha South.
Omaha South. So I know that there are definitely some legendary guys that have came through there. So like, did you look up to anybody coming up, or did you kind of just develop your own?
Ironically, the year that my freshman year, and because my mom went to Omaha South 1990, her first freshman year and my first freshman year, South went to state. Even though her year, they actually won state, so I knew a lot about Terrence Badgett. So Terrence Badgett was a senior and my mom was a freshman, and they knew each other very well. I would always see him at the downtown wide playing basketball, trying to relive his glory days. So that was kind of somebody that I knew that was a top person that, when you say South High, Terrence Badgett. And then when I went to high school, my freshman year, AJ, Akeem Holmes, Jewel Mayi, Lyle Hexum, Derek Strong, people like that, you know. All those people that kind of built that dynasty and helped us build that platform and get Omaha South to where it was the last 6-7 years. It all started with those people. So.
Wow, shout out to those guys, man. I've definitely come in contact with a few of them, and definitely amazing individuals, man. But even better, I'm gonna say amazing basketball players, but even better men. So, do you have a favorite professional team?
Favorite professional team? Not a favorite professional team, but I'm a favorite professional player, which is Damian Lillard.
Okay.
You know, Lillard, Portland Trailblazers. So when you rock with Damian Lillard, you got to rock with Portland. You know, but I'm Portland. I gotta support them because they hold my guy down. They getting them the big bucks, and you know we ain't making it too far in the playoffs. So.
College?
You know, college, Kentucky. University of Kentucky. John Calipari, John Wall, that whole Calipari era. That was definitely when I took interest in college basketball.
Wow, so this man knows what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit.
Well, cool, bro. We're just gonna jump right into it. Is there something specific that you've had to overcome at some point in your life that you don't mind discussing with us today?
I'd honestly say not really having a father figure. I was raised by a single mom. most of my life, I knew who my father was, and we spent time together. It was when I turned 7 that I had the issue of being abused physically. My father would put his hands on me, and as a young kid, you think that it's discipline. It's not really discipline, and I didn't really find that out until I became a grown man, and he wasn't really consistently in my life. I was always told he would come here, never showed up, you know, so facing that, especially as a young black man in Omaha, Nebraska, you can fall into things very easily, but my mom always made sure I had a big support system behind me. So I had guys like Mr. Paul Bryant, who now lives in Atlanta, Georgia, my grandfather, Khalil Westbrook, who's probably one of the most well-known music teachers in Omaha, Ralph Faulkner, LaRon Henderson, you know, people like that, Courtney Grigsby, you know, Kevin Lytle, guys like that, all who stood in my corner, and even the women, Janine Scott, Miss Brandy, people like that, they all stood in my corner and raised me as their own, so I was able to be disciplined and be told right and wrong instead of being felled by the wayside and just going off and trying to raise myself.
Yes, sir. Man, so with that process specifically, do you think it attributed to whether it was athletically or just physically the man that you are today going through that?
I think it attributed to me mainly just as a man. It's life. You know, athletics, they're going to end at some point. And I had it, and as a kid, you don't really see that. As a kid, you see professional, you see the next level, the next level, and the next. And you don't think that it'll ever end, but at some point, stuff is going to end. So you always got to have that, okay, what do you have next? What's the next chapter in your book, in your story? And so when you have that, you got to really think about what do you want to be as a person when you're outside of here? What do I want to be when I take that jersey off? What do I want to be when I step off that court? Do I want to be somebody who is always in trouble, or people don't want to be around, or do I want to be that person that everybody wants to be around, that loves my energy, that just loves to put me on to new opportunities and help each other get new opportunities, stuff like that. So.
Yes, sir. Bro, so with you coaching, you obviously have to, I know it's a lot of hats that come with that. It's not just coach, it's probably dad, it's probably big brother, it's probably just mentor, whatever the case may be. And again, kind of coming up, how you came up, how did that experience affect how you go about interacting with other young men?
As an athlete, I was lied to a lot. You know, people would tell me, you're good at this, so you should be playing varsity, you should be playing JV, or you should be playing here, you should be going somewhere. And that's what we tell a lot of these kids. And we never really tell them the truth. We always tell kids what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. And you know, when you got to tell a kid what they need to hear, sometimes they'll cling on to it. And when they trust you and they like, oh, he's keeping it a buck with me. I got to keep it a buck with these kids because they're the future. And you want to be able to tell a kid, if he's not good enough, he's got to keep working. He can't just be that person that's already has the talent and the skill level, but no work ethic. Or you can't be that person with all the work ethic, and you're not really putting yourself out there to be the best version of yourself. So you got to really challenge. So it's a big challenge trying to challenge the kids to be uncomfortable, putting them in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
Because I get put in uncomfortable positions.
Man.
I am an introvert.
Yeah.
With me wearing the many hats that I wear, I have to learn how to communicate with different people from different backgrounds and different families.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's me being uncomfortable, being comfortable, to get them to be uncomfortable, to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Man. Okay, so is there any piece of advice? So I want to know from a coach's perspective, in terms of advice to young men that are coming up, just with what you've learned, and also, so it's a two-part question. Coach's advice to athletes specifically, and what advice could you give to an individual out there that may have kind of gone through that situation that you described, and how do you remain positive in that situation? Like, just whatever advice you can give to that. So initially, coach's advice to athletes?
So my coach's advice would honestly be, I always tell my kids this: if you're going to an open gym or you're going to a gym to play whatever sport that you're playing, and you're the best person in there by far, talent-wise, you're in the wrong place. You need to be in a spot that's going to be with people that are going to make you better. Iron sharpens iron. So if I'm in a gym with guys that are way below my talent level, I'm not getting myself any better. So you always got to surround. So number one is surround yourself with people that are going to make you better. So with that, I have a lot of kids now after this COVID year, which unfortunately kind of hit us in different type of ways, which really hit our student athletes. A lot of them are a little bit lazy, and a lot of them like the easy way and feel like, oh, I'm making it because I'm better than this person and that person because I beat them 99 times out of 100. But what happens if I put you in a room with the top guys? How many times do you think you can beat them out of 100? And so when that challenge comes up, a lot of them kind of get scared, and a lot of them kind of get that taste of reality, which is what I call humble pie. Yeah. Humble pie is a flavor nobody really likes when it really comes through. You know, and with that, a lot of them shut down, and then a lot of them respond in a whole different manner. And it's amazing once they see that and they click, and it just clicks, and then the next day they're in the gym going harder. And they're like, I want to beat that person, or I want to be on their level. You know, so that's my biggest coach's advice, and just making sure that you're always putting your head down and you're always trying to be better. Be 1% better the next day.
Wow. Yes, sir. You said it all, man. And so can we just tap into a little advice that you can give to someone that may have gone through the situation that you kind of explained that you kind of dealt with coming up as well?
Physical abuse, mental abuse, vocal abuse, you know, verbal, however you say it. I mean, you just have to recognize it, you know. I knew my father loved me, but in that setting and how he was treating me, it didn't really resonate with love. You know, we all get disciplined, we all have that, but we always have to, number one, recognize that, and then number two, we have to understand that we always have to have that support system. It really takes a village to help raise children, which is why I try to surround my son around people that all know that they can hold him accountable to whatever he does, no matter how old he is, no matter where he's at, no matter who he's with, you know. And I think as a community, we kind of took a step back with that, with having the village help raise our kids, because when we do that, we're allowing our children to grow and be open to growth and be so diverse. Now we're just only learning one thing one way. And so when you learn that one thing one way, that's all you're ever going to know, and you're never going to grow. So you always got to be open to that growth and let the community help out, and always use your resources.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, listen, that was solid as well, guys. Again, this is a great, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to steal a little bit of your time. I know you could be left, right, up, down, doing something, staying active, staying involved. Is there anything else that you would like to drop on us today, Mr. Khalil, while we have you?
I mean, we just need to be, as a community and as a whole, we just got to be that group that just allows opportunities for other people.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm a basketball coach, and I played for so long, and now I want to pass that down to the next generation.
Yes, sir.
You know, I want to keep climbing that ladder and not take the ladder with me. I want to raise that ladder. I want to lower that ladder down and be like, yo, grab this ladder, come up with me. Come up with me. So, you know, as I'm trying to establish myself as a basketball coach and establish myself as a community leader, I want to be able to have people around me and people surrounding me that I know that will not only make me better, but I can make them better.
Yes, sir.
You know, I never want to hate on the next man come up. You know,
sir.
I always want everybody to come up and then keep raising up and keep raising up and keep raising up.
Yes, sir.
You know, so that's probably my final thoughts on that. But
most
you know, I can keep going on that too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I ain't gonna go too long.
We'll
be here for 2 hours.
Oh no, you good, man. Any word, any energy, any blessing that I could get, man, just in this moment, because I know that it will touch and resonate with so many other different people that you may know, that you may not know, and they will take something very positive from, you know, like I said, just this glare of energy. Like, it's always been bright, man. Like, this dude has lit up every room that I've ever came. And we done been in some dark rooms too, just having fun and all, like I said, in our young time. And bro always been a great vibe. Bro's always been an amazing person, and I would like to give you your flowers right now, man. I'm super proud of the man that you're becoming, because I was able to kind of see the process, you know what I'm saying? You grow. My man done became a father, a husband, like a black man really out here doing this thing. Like you said, the community leader in the schools with the kids, in the trenches, man, really putting in work, and that takes a lot. And he's an introvert, so it's probably double the effort that the normal person would have to put in. So for you to just be able to be out here and just do these things, man, and still have that same glare of light is really truly amazing. And I'm honored that you allowed me this opportunity to just steal a little bit of your time, man, and get your words. So again, is there anything else you want to drop? Well, I got you.
Nah, man, I appreciate it. Blessings, and this is dope.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm gonna give you your flowers, because without this, nobody would else really know my story. You know what I mean? So I like when I'm put in positions like this.
Yes, sir.
I can share my story. People can know me in a different view, in a different setting.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you your flowers as well, man.
Man, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro, man. I really just want to just continue to just push this, and like you said, man, just give people that opportunity, because everybody has a story, and everybody's story is beautiful in its own way, but it takes, you know, obviously that connection, and obviously that person being open and willing to be able to share that as well, because I'm gonna be here regardless. So I'm just thankful that you gave me the good to go, and I was just gonna pull up. Hey,
I was waiting on this one.
Yes, sir.
I was waiting on it.
Yes, sir.
Like, yup, my time gonna come soon.
Yes, sir. Oh man, that's so beautiful, dog. Well, if there is nothing else, man, this is another episode of the Not Your Average Success Story movement with my guy, Mr. Khalil, on season 9.